Hello, citizens, and welcome to Is It a Warhammer Fact? The show where we sort the facts from the fibs, the veracity from the falsity, and the canon from the anti-truths. And now, your hosts, Ben Cral, Christopher Crallin Allen, and Darren Meganerd. Okay, everyone, the show is very simple. Dhar is our resident lore master. He's going to provide us with 4 facts. Cral and I have to decide which we think is the red herring, and the winner gets an amazing prize. Simply amazing prize that Dhar has picked out for us, which it's just so exciting. I'm excited. Are you excited, Cral?
I'm excited, but run the rules by me again, Ben. What do we have to do?
Okay, well, we'll see how Cral gets on with this one. Before we go on, if you enjoy the show and you want to see more stupid content like this, hit the subscribe and like buttons and feed that algorithm. Okay, Dhar, over to you.
So in our first episode, we had a look at the world of the Skavan, as Chris likes to pronounce it. And I left you with a little teaser, which was, do those people who hunt Skaven need to have a particularly pronounced sense of smell? And the answer is, not really, because the Skaven stink to high heaven. You can smell a Skaven coming a mile away, even in the sewers. They have that Jack Russell-y hobo smell.
Which a musk everyone can relate to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good word, musk. So
okay, well, 10 points to anybody who got that.
Yeah,
and no prizes. We have to legally. We have to say no prizes.
Okay, yeah, no prizes.
But off the record, still no prizes. Yeah.
So this episode, I thought we'd turn away from the stinky and disgusting and have a look at the world of the undead. Now, quiet you. Specifically, we're going to look at what the vampire counts and the necromancers enjoy riding into battle. Pause for Ben to make a joke.
Joke made, carry on.
So we're going to have a look at 4 different types of steed, and we'll just we'll launch into that right now.
Go.
I mean, that's why we're all here.
Right,
so
first.
Our first steed is referred to as a nightmare. These are the reanimated carcasses of war horses that have been infused with dark magic, and they're capable of deadly bites and kicks. You know the way that horses are, dead or otherwise. These creatures have a shimmering, shadowy flank, glowing eyes, and hooves burning with magical flames, as you do. And they emit smoke that reeks of brimstone and decay, and they're often armoured with heavy barding or rusting chainmail, and spike barding especially to harm their enemies as they're charging through. So effectively a war horse for a vampire. And you'll see these on the tabletop being ridden by the Blood Knights of Blood Keep, and other keeps are available. So, although long dead, a nightmare spirit remains bound to its decaying body. Dark magic constantly reknitting tendons, muscle, and bone. Thus, even in the heat of battle, such steeds have the resilience to ride through the densest ranks of enemies without slowing. It is even said that these creatures can bear the riders between the realms of the living and the dead.
Both.
Suits you, sir.
And I have a full bibliography if you need a reference.
No need, it's true.
I don't believe you. So, Cral, you think it's true, do you? You're convinced?
Yeah, man.
I'm not convinced by the name. I know it's. I feel like it's a thing, but I'm not sure it's called a nightmare.
Now we're just at your therapy sessions.
That's a good point, Ben. That's a good point, because, as we all know, vampires sleep in the day. So it's probably a daytime terror or something like that.
Daytime
a
night
nightmare.
terror. Yeah.
Daytime night terror. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
See, I wasn't. I
got me
actually don't
thinking.
know about the name exactly, and that's all I was trying to do. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll throw this in there and see what Kral does, and then gauge
Yeah.
his reaction. Then I
Well,
can gauge my answer.
I
on
should
that.
say that the other name for these steeds is the daytime trotters.
Okay. And they're pigs.
I had that a couple of weeks ago, and it was awful. It was so bad, like so dehydrated.
I smelled like a zombie.
All right. Okay, so I'm kind of I don't know about that one, but yeah. Okay, let's fact number 2. Hit me.
Moving on. Hell steeds. Very exciting name, very provocative. Hell steeds, resembling a dark Pegasus at first glance, are more sinister than their living cousins. Its skin is thick and covered in hard scales. Its blood hisses black and emits a sulphurous stench. The hell steed has long fangs and claws capable of disemboweling an armored man, their lack of skin revealing exposed tendons and muscles as they move and fly. Hell steeds are driven mad by the scent of blood, eagerly straining at their reins to trample their prey as they dive into combat. Now, before you come over and prejudge, Judgy Judgersons, here's the quote. First created by the necromancer Frederick Van Hall in in 1112 IC or AS.
Thank you.
After Sigmar. Yep.
A hell steed is the result of a truly vile necromantic ritual that kills and reanimates a Pegasus. What remains is a beast whose blasted soul is more sinister than the ill-tempered dark Pegasus of Nagroth.
The infamous Dark Pegasus of Nagroth. Yeah.
Which is useful given that we've not covered Nagroth at time of record.
Okay.
But there is a miniature of a dark Pegasus with Marathi on it, and as we all know, the copyrightable French love a swooping Pegasus in the Bretonnian armies.
Squawk.
The hell steed. It's the fangs that put me off. Like, I can't imagine a horse or steed with fangs because they've got like a bunch of molars for chewing cud, right?
You never been to Bristol?
Also, I don't think you've ever met a Pegasus, Chris. I mean, who's to say that they have molars? It might be fangs.
You've never met a hell steed, Ben? No?
Touche, brother. Touche.
Okay.
Well, you don't. I suspect you don't pass through a vile necromantic ritual that both kills and reanimates. With good dental hygiene.
That would turn my molars to fangs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That should be a review of the format.
Cral, what are you thinking?
It sounds feasible. I mean, I'm going to use my powers of deduction. Come at me with the next one.
At you with the next.
Yeah.
I think that one's true. One's true, but we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. The next mount, we're ramping up. The Abyssal Terror. These mounts include creatures of chaos and resurrected bodies and hybrids of vicious beasts, as well as nightmarish constructions of dark magic. Each of these foul creatures is unique, reflecting both their master's personality and their vampiric bloodline. The von Karsteins favor a massive wolf-headed monster with leathery wings. That makes it sound like it's just a head with wings. There's a body there as well. And whose claws, look, there's claws. And whose claws are fused with jagged blades, while the Lamian Sisterhood prefers sleeker forms borne on silent wings fashioned after those of owls, whose exposed spinal columns and bony tails secrete a numbing poison. The quote for this one: the most talented of the vampires that create abyssal terrors, such as the Necrarchs, draw twisted amusement from such blasphemous bursts. They use parts harvested from a wide variety of monsters, fusing bone and ragged muscle and sinew.
Yikes.
So you're thinking in terms of like size, like a manticore or a chimera or something, one of these big mythical beasts.
Right. Did you say that the exposed spinal cord of the owl, was it? You said was poisonous.
The exposed spinal column and bony tails secrete numbing poison. That's the Lamia's sisterhood, the all-female vampires of Lamia.
Girl power.
Is that to make it more comfortable to ride on? Do you know what I mean? Because
Right, so it numbs their arse.
Yeah, it numbs your arse.
It's not a bad, not a bad tactic.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're riding an animal and it's just an exposed spinal column, that can't be comfortable. Like that is not, you know. Give me that numbing stuff right away. I'm gonna get on this owl
for you.
Hey, it could be worse. It could just be with a massive wolf head with wings.
That is, yeah. Where do you just hold on?
I'm calling baloney on that one. I have a feeling that you have mentioned the nightmares and the second one I can't remember the name of before. I would have remembered a flying head and owl spines and things like that. I know my brain.
No, you don't. I'm calling BS on that.
Okay, so the fourth and final beast is the zombie dragon. So zombie dragons, reanimated by dark magic, have large tattered wings and thick withered hides encrusted with the remains of their treasure hoard. Instead of fire, they exhale pestilential gas which corrodes armor and strips flesh from bones. Urgh.
Yeah.
Their claws and teeth remain deadly, capable of tearing apart armored knights and their horses. When a vampire lord rides a beast, the combined power can intimidate even the greatest heroes and devastate entire armies. And so the quote that goes with that is, once he finds a suitable corpse, the vampire or necromancer who uses the excess dark magic that contaminates the land to resurrect the dragon back to life as his eternal combat mount. These once majestic creatures stagger upright once more with a great despairing roar before stooping to allow their new master to ride atop their powerful shoulders. Full stop! Exclamation point.
Period. End. Okay.
Question mark?
I think that one was
Zombie
true,
dragons,
but I'm
yeah.
saying that based on the fact that Dhar didn't read out the quote as smoothly as he would have done if he'd written it himself. Yeah, right? You feel me knocking, Cral? You feel me knocking?
Yeah. Logic.
Yes, but I don't consent. Yeah.
Okay, all right. What do you think of that one then, Crowley?
Zombie dragons.
Sounds real, doesn't it?
I think the zombie dragons are true. The other ones, we've had 2 horses, an abyssal terror, 3 cheeseburgers, and a dragon. I think the zombie dragon is true. I think, yeah. I've just got women's intuition, Kral intuition, whatever you want to call it. I can feel it in my bones.
Both are. Both are
legitimate.
Phenomena. Legitimate phenomena. Yeah. So you're thinking abyssal horrors. Then you think that one is the falsehood.
I think that's what I'm putting that's where I'm putting my money on. Yeah.
Okay.
I would remember spiny owls that the Lamians ride.
Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
That was a crazy night.
Mate. Down at the spiny owl.
Yeah, I could not feel my bum. Like it was numb as. Got to stop riding those spiny owls.
Gross.
The first one is giving me the heebie-jeebies, man. I think that's not a thing.
It's not right, man. It's not right.
It's not right, man. It's not right. Yeah, I'm going to go with 1 for the sake of competition. I do have it in my gut that Kral might win this one, but I'm not going to pick the same one as him. So yeah.
You had that feeling last time, and I thought the Chimera was a bunch of bum wash, but egg on my face.
Yeah, we were both wrong. So technically I win.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
so I'm going with 1. Kral's going with 3.
Yes.
You're going with 1. So we're saying that the nightmare and the abyssal terror.
Yes. That's what we're putting our... Yeah. That's where I'm putting my chips.
Okay, so the zombie dragon, completely 100% correct. That is the lore surrounding zombie dragons. As and as Ben pointed out, I didn't read it very well. Thanks very much.
No, you did. You read it well, but not as fluidly as if it was, coming from your old
Noggin.
Not old.
Your
I'm not
brain.
suggesting your noggin's old. Sorry.
Your
Yeah, no.
old
It's
ancient brain.
it's actually a dark sheen. It's not grey at all. Yeah. So Nightmare number 1. Who was that? That was Ben.
That was me.
Yes. Yeah. 100% correct. The Nightmare is a real thing. That is the real description of it.
It was so cliche, the description of it. Like, think of an undead horse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't remember the name Nightmare, so I don't remember that being a horse, but
and I feel Hell Steed was mentioned as well. So yeah, go on, keep it coming, keep it coming.
All right.
Ben's out.
Here we go. Drum roll.
The Abyssal Terror is 100% correct. It does exist, and that is the description of it. So we're now 2 for 2 in terms of episodes where I win. I think I get the prize.
Yeah, okay,
the house
fine.
always wins. Didn't the house win
wins
last time as well?
So,
yeah.
So the Hell Steeds, they do exist. They're not Pegasi or Pegasuses. They look like Pegasuses, but they are in fact smaller versions of the Abyssal Terrors.
Clever.
They're effectively horses with wings kind of sewn
Fun
on.
size. Yeah.
Fun size Abyssal Terrors, Chris.
Wow.
Because I do remember you talking about winged horses in the episodes, but
Winged horses.
okay, it was just those nuances. It's not a Pegasus. Well, by definition, it's a Hell Steed. Ben, name a flying horse.
A Pegasus.
There you go. Think of a Pegasus, but with fleshy wings. It's like a Pegasus. It smells like a Pegasus. It tastes like a Pegasus. But
is
it
it a
ain't
Hell
Pegasus.
Steed?
It's a Hell
Hang
Steed.
on.
100% true.
Are you eating
Darren's wrong.
Pegasuses again?
Pegasi. Put the Pegasi down, Cral. Anyway, it doesn't matter, Cral, because we both lost. So, Dhar, what could we have won?
Carrying on the tradition we started, you could have won this.
Strong look.
Ooh, I want to suck your blood.
It was going to be this vampire costume and a horse riding lesson, but I could only afford the ones with Shetland ponies.
Also, none of the Shetland ponies had wings, so it would have been quite disappointing.
No, I was gonna kill a swan and just stick him on.
You're going to kill a swan, completely unrelated.
Yeah,
I was just going to kill a swan.
Okay, so as usual, we're now going to leave you with a cheeky little question, and it's relating to the 5th steed available to the undead, and that is a skeletal steed. Now, the skeletal steed has an interesting ability, which is to ignore terrain. Is that true or false? Can a skeletal steed pass through any terrain feature? And what you really need to ask yourself is, if it can do that, how does it know where the ground is? Would it just sink down?
Huh?
Also, if it can do that, does it imbue the rider with that ability as well? Because if not, that's an absolutely useless ability, isn't it? Like, dunk.
Let's say, for argument's sake, it will imbue the rider with that ability as well.
Okay, all right.
Why not? Okay.
Brilliant. All right, that's all from us. Thank you so much for watching. If you are slightly unhinged like us and want more of this drivel, hit the subscribe and like buttons, and we will endeavour to keep this up until we get cancelled. This has been Is It a Warhammer Fact? And we will see you next time.
Ciao.